Hi guys, 3rd of January 2020. So new year, new decade, new challenges, everything is almost new. Overall, I wish you all the best in 2020. Of course, we cannot make only good decisions, but I wish you that the good decision will well overtake the bad decision, and overall we are going to be able to finish 2020 in a good fashion. So hopefully 2020 is not gonna be worse than what 2019 was. Anyway, let's discuss the market today. I'm back after the Christmas and New Year Eve holiday, full of energy. I recharge my batteries. I've been trying to record. I've been trying to record the unusual video, outside video. The thing is that I visited my parents, my family. I visited my family, and the weather was ugly. It was constantly raining. There was like few minutes of the temperature below zero. Yes, below zero. But it was not good weather to try to prepare the outside video. Anyway, let's get back to the market, and we have very interesting situation currently going on the US indices. So first thing first, let's have a look what we overall have on the US indices, right? So that's the weekly chart of the Nasdaq. So yesterday, because of those of this RRR cut in China by PBOC, we saw this as a good argument to push stocks higher, right? The FX didn't react that way, nothing else didn't react that way, just the US stocks, right? So huge manipulation to the upside. And now think what happened yesterday. We took out the high of the 2019, right? So we created the new high everywhere. Nasdaq, as you can see right here, right now. We also created the new high on the DJ, right? And on the S&P, all right? Now, what is worth right here to notice, right, is the overnight price action, which showing here on S&P on the weekly chart the possibility of the outside wick. Wow, that could be big. It's showing the possibility of the outside wick on DJ. Wow, good, looks really good. And of course it's showing a possibility of the outside wick on the Nasdaq, but here, as we can see, the Nasdaq is a little bit stronger. After the retest of previous week open, we found the buyers. So we know the situation on the weekly chart. And of course, from the weekly chart perspective, the most important thing is where we are going to be at the end of the day today, because it's a Friday, it's the end of the week, right? So that's gonna be very interesting situation from the weekly chart, right? So if you are a conservative trader based on the higher time frame, you have to wait for your opportunity. If your bias is to the downside, that it's time for us to see lower levels, then well, you have to wait till the end of the week, till the daily close, weekly close, for you to make the decision. But if you are a little bit more aggressive, right? If you are if you do prefer day trading, then you are switching to the lower time frame. And here, very interesting thing, because both bulls and bears are going to have the arguments during the New York session, right? So let's start with the Nasdaq, all right? So here is the latest swing, Christmas swing low, right? Or post-Christmas swing low, New Year swing low, and new high yesterday. We took out the 2019 high, closed at the top, and but the overnight price action is very interesting to the downside, right? So what is important, what I'm gonna to look for from that perspective, I'm going to look for the minimum and the weekly open and the minimum, right? So that's, well, where we are right here, right now, and that's where we see within that zone the bullish activity. All right, so we saw huge bearish activity during the Tokyo and at the beginning of the Europe session, right? But when it comes, we are a few hours, just 2 hours or 2.5 ahead of the US Open, we see some kind of the bullish activity, right? Of course, so we close the gap being closed, right? But what is important here from the buyer perspective, right, is to trying to take and close above yesterday open, yesterday low, right? So right here, right now, we might see some fight going on between bulls and bears, right? So if you are a bull, you don't want to see that zone to be broken, right? So if you are a bull, so that's where you are looking for the opportunity to try to join the party to the upside, but at the same time you want to see market to taking out this yesterday open. All right, so that's the plan for you. If you are a bear, it might looks a little bit more complicated, but believe me, it's not gonna be more complicated. What I'm going to, as a bear, what I'm gonna to do, I'm going to wait for the retest of 2019 high. Because of today's price action, we get back below, right? And if you remember our educational videos about the swing trading, you know what I'm gonna to talk about right here, right now. If you don't, then I encourage you to visit archive section of the Light Forex Global YouTube channel and to find that video. Anyway, we are going to produce more that stuff in 2020. Anyway, so if you are biased to the downside, then you wanna see the retest of 2019 high, and you wanna see price action to the downside, with the market taking out the stops below the low of the week. All right, then you can, depends on your behavior, what kind of the trader you are. You may try to take partial profit around this low, and if we are going to see the breakdown and continuation of the downside, you may want to stay short, right, towards next possible buying zone over here, right? But if you are going to see the break but quick rebound, retest, attempt to continue higher, that's your price action. The price action is gonna tell you get out of the whole short position ahead of the weekend, right? And the things looks very, very similar on other indices as well. Okay, so as you can see here, DJ, very similar price action. All right, that's the swing, latest swing to the upside. All right, so what we want to see overall as a bears, right? Because it's a possible, here is a possible demand, right? And we have a little bit of the lower shadow. So if you are a bear, you don't want to sell into the demand. You want to wait for the price to rally off that level a bit, right? Then the previous year high, so similar price action to what we discussed on the Nasdaq, and you want to see lower levels, right? On the other hand, if you are a bull on the DJ, right? So again, that's your possible buying zone. That's where you have pre-market buying activity, right? Then you are waiting for the cash market to open, right? You wanna see the pre-market lows, so stop hunt to the downside and quick recovery. That's your long setup, right? Okay, and it's going to be very similar situation on S&P 500, but here is a little bit better because those lows been taken out already. Okay, so we have some kind of the signs that maybe trying to choose S&P could be the smart way to try to take the advantage if you are a bear, right? So S&P is a weaker. So if you are looking for shorts, maybe S&P. If you are looking for longs, maybe Nasdaq could be the solution. Overall, guys, don't be trapped. We still don't have full liquidity on the market, so I'm pretty sure manipulation will go on at some point today. So be careful. If you want to stay exposed over the weekend, don't try to be overexposed. All right. Again, all the best in 2020, and see you around. Hopefully, you are going to do well today during the US cash market. Goodbye, guys, and see you around.